Hello Battlefield 4 and Star Wars fan, Chiller here. Today we got this very interesting video which is Battlefield 4 versus Star Wars Battlefront. But this is a healthy versus, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to put this game against each other because that's just dumb. I think both games are pretty good. We just finished playing the beta for Star Wars Battlefront a few days ago, and some people like it, some people didn't like it. That's the way it goes. You're not gonna be, or I'm not going to judge anybody if they like or dislike the game. I mean, that's the way it goes. And you know me, I had a good time. I think it was pretty good. It was very interesting. I like the whole universe. The Star Wars universe is just awesome. Weapon sound, some things I didn't like about the game itself, but that's the way it goes, that's the way it is. And Battlefield 4 is just a beast of a game. I just love it. It's just so fun. Despite all the issues at launch, all the trouble, all this headaches that we that we went through, they finally managed to make the game uh, in a way perfect with all these new additions and all this new. Uh, well, if you pay for the DLC, that's great. But we're getting all these free DLCs and free stuff that's making the game fun again. Especially night operations DLC. It was pretty awesome. Yes, just one map, but it was fun. It really made you play in a different way. At least that's what happened to me. It made me play the different way. Used attachments and guns that I used all the guns, but attachment that I never used before, like the IRNV, I never used it. But for that one, you know you need it. Well, you don't need it, but it's fun to use there. So it definitely changed how the game plays, and everything is just so cool, right? You had the option, like nighttime map is just so fun. And at the moment, I'm waiting for the fall patch and the community map, which looks very Battlefield Bad Company 2, and that's just awesome. So that's Battlefield 4, my friend. So um, nothing really bad to say about these games. It's more of a like the way that I see it, just about having fun. That certain um there's certain maybe additions and things in game that we don't really get into, we don't really like, but for the most part it's just about enjoying the moment. And that's what I've been doing, and that's what I try to do, not to focus on the on what's negative about the game, or like, oh, this is just horrible, this sensitivity, or like this weapon sucks, but it's more of having fun. Even though we don't like certain things, maybe you can do something else or do certain tricks and this and that, and just make the game more fun. And I think that's great. That's great. And I had a blast with this, with the beta Battlefield. Sorry, Star Wars Battlefront. It was very good. I was very impressed how, at least for me, how well it ran. Uh, really, not no major issues. Spawn issues, yes, that's kind of horrible. But those issues we have in Battlefield 4 as well. Even nowadays, even like the last time I played a few weeks ago, there's some like kind of crazy spawn issues sometimes. Domination or TDM, it could get a little crazy. Not as bad as um, Star Wars Battlefront, but sometimes you spawn like right next to the enemy, like really close. So, or they spawn like really close to you, so you got to keep an eye on that. But it wasn't too bad. So I think like both have like kind of like bad spawns in a way. I mean, not so bad in Battlefield 4, but still sometimes you get into this weird spots when you spawn. Um, but what else happened about and Star Wars Battlefront? Oh yes, it was very I didn't see much of a difference with weapons. Like in Battlefield 4, you use, let's say, AK, and that thing shoots really fast, a beast. And the gameplay that you'll see in a little bit, the Battlefield 4, I will be using the P90, which that gun shoots really fast. So that weapon at close range is a beast. Uh, Here in the Star Wars Battlefront, I didn't see that much. I didn't see that much of a yes, there's weapons with a higher and slower fire rate, higher damage, lower damage. But to me, believe it or not, it wasn't that noticeable as in Battlefield 4. Yes, there was, I forgot which is the blaster rifle. E something that shoots really kind of like slower, but really good damage and really good accuracy. Yes, like it shoots slow, but when you use certain weapons in Battlefield 4, I think you feel that the transition between weapons like a lot harder. Like it hits you hard. Like wow, this gun is like, man, I have to master this gun. You know, I have to get some attachment and see if I can get this gun better. It's like wow, crazy. Uh, I didn't have that. Maybe when the full game releases, you know, Star Wars Battlefront, it will be something like that, which I don't know. But as far as I know, it was just very easy to adjust to these guns. Then you use the one that is like a quote unquote LMG, and it was pretty easy to use. The one that's like a SMG was very easy to use. So all the guns were like really didn't require much skill. You know, they all had the same little scope, which I think, or I hope, you know, when the full game releases, you're able to change it, right? Well, you can aim on the side, so, but at least a different scope will be nice, or you know. But yeah, if you look at this the weapon comparison, like you definitely see a big. Well, I saw a big difference between the two games. Like, wow, man! Like in one game, Battlefield 4, I really have to I really have to like get down and understand this weapon. I know maybe I sound a bit too complicated, but there's some weapons that you really need to use a lot in order to master them. You master the weapon, you master, you know, the recoil, sway, whatever it is, and then you're a beast with it. You know, that you like unstoppable. Star Wars Battlefront, you can use any gun. They have no recoil, no sway, no nothing. It's just like, you know, like a laser beam, which it makes sense. You know, they're like laser weapons. So to me, that was the first thing that I noticed. The weapons, obviously, is what we use, you know, to kill people. So it's right there. So you're gonna notice recoil. You're gonna notice, you know, fire rate. You're gonna notice damage. But for me, that was the first. Like, wow, this is too easy to use. You know, it requires like honestly like no skill at all to master these weapons. I'm using here the A280C, which is a pretty decent blaster rifle, and my favorite, I think is my favorite, is the Beast. But really, it doesn't require much of you skills-wise to master these weapon compared to Battlefield 4. So some of these guns are really jumpy. Some of these guns like wow, like you can hold the trigger in this gun as much as you want, and then you'll be all set. I will have to wait for the cooldown animation, and that's it. Over here, you have to take in consideration bullet drop and all this weird stuff. I know it's more realistic, okay? So yeah, they're going probably put a more realistic approach, but you know what? I think it requires more skill. If you want to talk about skill about weapons, yes, it does require more skill in the Battlefield 4. So you need to be good in Battlefield 4. So I think if you play a lot, and I hope it doesn't happen to me. Let's see how much I play, how much Star Wars Battlefront I play, and then switch to Battlefield. But I think if you play a lot of the Battlefront, then you switch to Battlefield 4, I think you're gonna feel so weird. Like you're gonna feel like the weapons wise gonna feel so weird. Not so much about well, it's the same engine, so you should feel like home, right? But weapons wise, it's gonna feel like so weird, like having to adjust to real weapons, you know, to reloading. And that's one thing that I was talking about in one of my previous Star Wars Battlefront video. Like I was always trying to reload my weapon here. I was always trying to switch to my pistol when I saw the enemy that was too close, and I was trying to let my weapon to cool off. You know, I mean, I don't know why we cannot have a secondary weapon. I never played Battlefront, the previous one. Never played it, so I don't know. It just feels so weird, right? Not being able to switch to my pistol. I don't know. It's just pretty weird. The whole reloading, yeah, that got me a good couple of times. Um, so yeah, if you get used to the no reloading, the really low recoil, the really no 0 to now based on the beta, right? Customization with weapons. I don't know if they're gonna be like that or not when the full game releases. That's just like wow. That's pretty big. You know, I think that's probably half of the game because when just think about this, you know, you play Battlefield 4, you pick, let's say, the AK-5C for the first time and you like it. So your first thing, oh, I like this weapon. You know, this weapon is a beast. You know, it doesn't have much recoil, but I want to get a nice scope, I want to get a nice grip, I want to make this gun better according to the game modes that you play and according to the game style. You could be a really good rusher, you could be really good defending, you could be really good whatever you do, you know. So you kind of like adapt, not so much yourself, but you adapt the weapon to your game style. So maybe I'm gonna use a suppressor because I want to do these. Um, I don't think there's suppressors in Battlefront, right? So it's gonna be kind of in a way uh, difficult in, well, not so much difficult but kind of weird at first, that transition between the two games, right, between these clash of game styles, because even it's your own game style in both games, but you have to change it, you know. You're not gonna have that suppressed weapon, you're not gonna have that. Yeah, it's gonna be so much easier, but sometimes you just want to be sneaky and stealthy, and it's all good. So it's kind of strange, at least to me. It's, you know, it's a bit strange. But okay, so now we go to this domination gameplay, Dawnbreaker here, with the P90. Pretty awesome. So I love domination just because I love the drop zone. Drop zone was, in the beta, my favorite game mode. I think it's just perfect. You know, the other one, we all know there was a disadvantage with the rebels. It was, it's chaos. It was actually pretty cool, you know. But since, you know, there was this little situation, I didn't play that much, so I stick to drop zone. I think drop zone is the best game mode if you are a rusher. You know, if you like to rush, it's awesome. But you also need to defend it. So what most people were doing, and yeah, I saw this a lot. Probably you did as well. You noticed this. Uh, People were like, yeah, rushing to take the pot, and then they were like running really quick and trying to spawn trap the enemy or something like that. So I always tend to like stay near the pot, because sometimes, you know, there's sneaky enemies. You know, I'm one of those sneaky guys who just go out on the map and do something weird, and all of a sudden you capture the pot, and everybody's like, whoa, on the other side, right? Trying to spawn trap the other guys, and then it's like they don't have time to go back, so then everybody just respawn near the pod because spawns changes, and then it's just like you turn around again. I've done that uh, in Star Wars Battlefront and you know, Battlefield as well. You know, do this stuff like that when you use the spawn changes to your favor, and it's just great. So um, so yeah, it just I mean, just really good games. I think the edge goes a little bit to Battlefield 4, because even though probably you didn't play it, but the campaign, I liked it. I thought it was fun. I don't want to say that it was like the greatest campaign ever, you know, not even close to Call of Duty 4 campaign, for example. But I thought it was entertaining. I thought it's a decent story. It was pretty fun, and I don't know. I had a good time with it. In Star Wars Battlefront, well, we got the survival mode, which I played, and yeah, the I did it in like 8 minutes 22 seconds. So I beat my friend who did it in like 20 like 26 seconds. It's like so anyways, it was a really cool survival mode. Nothing like whoa. It didn't have that wall. At least the 5 levels that I played, was it 5 or 8? Whatever levels that we played was very little. Uh, it didn't have that wow factor. It was pretty cool. You got the giant AT, whatever, you know, walking around. You get all these vampire guys, you know, showing up, and it was pretty cool. But it was nothing like wow, like I'm really addicted to it. You know, it's just so cool. Would it be maybe, how about like space zombies or something like that? I don't know, but it was pretty fun. You know, it'll be something fun to kill some time with, you know, just the survival mode, and see how it goes, see how many waves you get. You know, it's something interesting, but it wasn't like wow, you know, this is awesome, this is, you know, so cool. It was just something fully added. Obviously they added because there's no campaign, so they cannot just stick to multiplayer, because I don't think they would do that, in my opinion. But I mean, it was fun. I'm not complaining. I thought it was fun and entertaining, and it was pretty cool actually. But it didn't have that wow factor. So I'm not hating, but it didn't have that wow factor, which I think like you feel like something's missing, right? You get that it's cool, but something's missing. right? So that's what I was talking in my previous uh, Star Wars Battlefront videos. You know, it's missing a soul. Like the game is cool. I like the whole Star Wars theme, weapon sound, graphics, everything just sounds and looks like amazing. But it's missing like the game soul. You know, it's just like it's not right there. But I think we got that a lot in Battlefield 4. I don't know why that game has a lot of soul. It's just so fun, very addicting. You know, tons of weapons and a lot of stuff to do. It's just pretty crazy. You know, like at first it's just like we thought, oh, the game is not running well, it's gonna suck. But then once they fix it and now they're adding all this stuff, it's like wow, maybe that could happen to Star Wars Battlefront. Maybe with the DLC and this whole uh, season pass situation, which we had here in Battlefield 4 as well. You know, these guys are known for this season pass, and it's always, you know, packed with good stuff. I do not purchase any season pass like at all. The only one that I did was for the game Metro Last Light, and I purchased the season pass after I beat the game because I really like the game story. You know, I thought it was pretty awesome. So once I was done with that, and I heard there was a season pass, I bought it because I wanted to keep playing the game and what I got, you know, story wise from the season pass, those missions. I thought it was pretty awesome. I really enjoyed it, and it was pretty epic in my opinion. So I love the whole apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic, you know, stuff, and you know that's great in my opinion. Uh, but so far, and or at the moment of this commentary, I don't know much about what's gonna be in the season pass for Star Wars Battlefront, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, you know, maps, maybe weapons. Who knows what's gonna be in there? Maybe more. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more survival mode, uh, locations and cool stuff. Maybe they're gonna add some surprises in there here and there. Who knows what's gonna be there? But I just don't buy it. You know, I just don't like paying for stuff that I don't know anything about. So, and I'm not saying that you do have to do the same thing. It's all up to you. You do whatever you want with your money. But I just don't do it. Really, I just don't do it because I don't know how the game is going to play. You know, I don't want to be in another Battlefield 4 launch fiasco once again. You know, and it could happen. The beta ran fine. It was good, but you know if it's gonna run like that, you don't know if it's gonna be issues. So I just really don't know how much. Like, if I'm going to love the game, because you could. I don't know if this happens to you, but sometimes you get a game, right, and you like really look forward to the game, and you finally get it, and you play for a little while, and then you just get bored, like quick, like man, you for some reason you lose interest in the game. You are not interested in the game. It's like, okay, I got it. I don't know if that could be the case with Star Wars Battlefront. And funny story, I was watching a video, one of these gaming sites, and there was these guys talking, and they pretty much they were saying the same thing I'm telling you, that the game's missing a soul. That just, I don't know, it's basically the same thing. So it was kind of, in a way, kind of cool to see that a lot of people feel the same way. Like, they were not hating the game. I don't hate it, but the game is missing something. So I don't know how much of the game I'm going to like, how much of the game I'm gonna keep playing, because I mean I keep playing Battlefield 4. I just sometimes I take about maybe 2 weeks of, you know, break from it and things like that, but I always go back to it because I enjoy it. I think it's a fun shooter. I like the maps. I like the whole, you know, Modern Warfare stuff. The weapons are pretty fun to use, and especially with these new maps. So I don't know if it's gonna be the case with Star Wars Battlefront. When the full game releases, you know, maybe the other game modes will be better. The maps, you know, more guns and more of this card stuff. Maybe, you know, it will make the game like wow, this is really cool. Although once again, I'm not saying that the game is horrible, the game sucks, none of that. But I don't know how I'm going to feel about the game. So if I get the season pass, will be after playing the game. Well, Star Wars Battlefront will have a campaign, so it's just not like I have to play the campaign and see how the game's like. But yeah, I always, well, the only time that I did it, I purchased after actually I played the game. So I always thought that that's a good idea to do it. At least to me, it sounded pretty good. Play the game and then if I like it, I make a decision to buy the season pass or no. So when Battlefield 4 came out, had all these issues and all that stuff. So I'm like, oh well, the game's not running well, so I might as well just wait. And it took them like a good year to really fix it. So by the time I was not interested in the actual season pass, but I was interested in the game. Now that it was fixed, now that everything was working fine, it makes sense to me just to go back and really concentrate, in the game more than Advanced Warfare, which we already forgot about Advanced Warfare, right? But that's how it went. At least for me, that's how it went. But despite the issues, it's all good. The game is good now. It's fun. New weapons, new maps, new stuff, and that's all good. Especially free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff? The night operations. Even if you don't like the game, just get night operations, the DLC, and just play it. And probably you like it. It's pretty fun. So for Star Wars Battlefront, once again, we just finished the beta. We don't know much info at the moment of this commentary because the full game is not out yet. But I hope it's fun. I hope it's one of those games that you play like and you feel like wow, I'm glad that I got the game because I thought it was gonna be different. I thought the game sucked and now that I get to play it's pretty fun. So I hope it's like that, not the opposite, because I'm pretty sure these guys spend crazy amount of time trying to make this game, trying to make it more fun, and but if they do a bad job, it's not going to sell. So, but I wish they would have just, and I know probably you're one of them, maybe not, but I really wish the campaign. I know you heard this before from many people and bitching about it, campaign, why like this, but and it's just like a missed opportunity. It doesn't have to be anything movie related, but a really cool story. It doesn't have to be like really long. It could be maybe like a short campaign, uh, but like a really good one, like a short and epic. That will keep you hungry for more, and I think that's what they should have done. A pretty cooler story, and it would be just so much fun to explore. The Star Wars world. In a campaign. That would be pretty epic in my opinion. So that's what I would I would say something. If I work at DICE, just make it a short campaign. Why not? Something epic, something fun, and I think that's good. Maybe it's my idea, right? Sounds good with my head, but anyway. So as you guys see, this domination here a little tricky. We're playing against really good enemies. These guys that make you man, make you play it harder, make you play like annoyed. No, not annoyed, but like they really test your skills. So you got to keep your skill level sharp. Against this good against all these good guys. And the P90 just came out on top because the P90 is a beast. Although I like the P90 better in Battlefield 3, I thought it was better for some reason. But here in Battlefield 4, I think it's just fine. Good enough to get you some kills and to get you some victories. But anyways, the game is slowly coming to an end. Thank you for watching. My name is Wild Child. Hope you enjoyed this gameplay, this commentary, and if you haven't, please check out my channel, other videos. There's Battlefield 4, there's some gameplays, Star Wars Battlefront beta gameplays, just to go and check them out, pretty awesome. There's also Destiny and playthrough with live commentary, and you should check out the Metal Gear Solid 5 walkthrough with live commentary because a bunch of S rank missions and tutorial how to get them, the S rank on them, pretty epic. So go ahead, check them out, and I'll see you, my friend, on the next video. Thank you for watching. Later.